So as we begin a retreat, there's that some inevitable time of settling in terms of days 1 and 2, usually day 2, so like tomorrow, usually that'll be like a difficult day because we're trying to get back into the meditation and back into the rhythm of a meditation practice. And so it's not so easy for the mind just to drop things. That can't be done by an act of will. We actually have to do it through the practice. So a lot of times, like if we have jobs or families or whatever, or if you're the abbot of a monastery and are trying to continue to run the monastery in the midst of a 10-day retreat, then when we sit down and meditate, then there's that time that we have to just sort of drop things or shed things. And there might be a anticipation that things aren't going to go well for us, or an expectation that things will go well for us, an expectation that we are going to get a good meditation experience. But if we come back to that theme of enjoyment, if we come back to that theme of enjoying the practice, and it doesn't mean we're just like grinning all the time and kind of like, that isn't necessarily enjoyment. That can be like a hell realm actually. But that deep inner contentment, that's what we refer to as sukha. Sukha is the deep inner contentment. Pamoja is like delight. And then santosa is also translated as contentment. It can be that sense of being content and happy in a way that the mind isn't seeking anything, and that's why happiness leads to samadhi. That's why sukha is the precursor to samadhi. So the Buddha said the happy mind is easily concentrated. So sukha is the precursor to samadhi. And it's good to think, why is that? And the reason for that is when our mind is happy, then we're not seeking anything. When our mind is not happy, then we're seeking things. We're seeking a good meditation experience. We're seeking the next good meal, or we're seeking the next exciting experience, the next fun experience. Always looking forward, always stumbling forward into the future. So santosa is that coming back into the present, and that sense of cultivating a mind that's not seeking. Seeking to be around those I want to be around, seeking to not be around those I don't want to be around. Fear and hope, those are all bound up with seeking. So this then comes back to, how do we develop contentment? So the Buddha talks about mindfulness, and that's the path to the deathless. And so that's the path. That's how we develop happiness. But why is that? That's so when we're not just running after things, but we're actually present for things, and that inner contentment can start to well up or build up. So it's like the Anapanasati Sutta, just knowing, that's the Sampajanya. Sati Sampajanya is knowing where we're at, any presently arisen state. So knowing long in-breath, breathing in long, knowing the breath is long, breathing out long, knowing we're breathing out long, breathing in short, knowing we're breathing in short, breathing out short, knowing we're breathing out short. And everything we do is bound up with the breath. So the breath is going to be in different states, whether we're walking, standing, sitting, lying down, speaking, or keeping silent. When we speak, it's always on an out breath. So there's that energy of breathing out when we're speaking. That's flowing out. So the Buddha praised speaking little. That's staying in. So on a meditation retreat, we develop that quality of staying in. So everything I say now, it's on an out breath, and then I have to breathe in so that I can say more. So that's one part of mindfulness, of breathing. So if we talk a lot, then our out breaths are out of proportion with our in breaths. But during a meditation retreat, we can bring it back into balance, and we start to feel very good because the in breaths are in balance with the out breaths. When we sit in meditation for an hour, then our in breaths are more or less in balance with our out breaths, because hopefully we're not talking during our meditation, during our sitting meditation. Once we bring the in-breaths and out-breaths into balance, then the Buddha goes on to the third step of Anapanasati, which is experiencing the whole body, breathing in. So breathing in, one experiences the whole body. Breathing out, experiencing the whole body. And this can be done as body sweeping, is a good way to do it. Starting from the top of the head, and we can do it as quickly or as slowly as our mind is inclined to in any particular meditation. Starting at the top of the head and just feeling at the crown of the head. We can even touch it with our hands if we want, just to bring some sensation to there. And then certain parts of the body are habitually tense in most people. So from the crown of the head, we go to the forehead, and we consciously relax the forehead. The eyes, consciously relaxing the eyes. The eyes can carry a lot of tension. If our eyebrows are in a state of being semi-permanently furrowed, then we can relax those, just consciously relaxing the eyes, putting attention into that, and that can be difficult sometimes because they can actually get stuck in that position. Consciously relaxing the eyes, consciously relaxing the face as a whole, the mouth. If the teeth are clenched, unclench them. The teeth should be slightly spaced apart. But not with the mouth open. Unless your nose is clogged or something, you might need to open your mouth a little bit to breathe. The neck, a lot of tension can be held in the neck. Shoulders. The chest. Then the stomach, a lot of tension can be held in the stomach. So in terms of the stomach, I remember what comes to mind is the teaching of Ajahn Ñāṇiko. We don't want abs of steel if we're meditators. We want abs of flab. So just not worrying about not trying to make our stomach muscles tense or tight, but just being able to relax them. And then the arms. And the hands. The hands can be either in a meditative pose with the thumbs touching, or they can just be one hand in the other, whatever's sitting on the lap, whatever's comfortable, or even hands either palm down or palm up on the knees, whatever one is inclined to do. And the back. So we want the back to be upright, but not really tight and tense. So we don't want to be overly arching the back, but making it just right. Upright, but not rigid. And then the legs. The feet. So this is one way to experience the body, and then a bit more quickly we can go up from the soles of the feet. And to do this, really, it's just feeling each point without expecting that anything special is going to happen. Although we are consciously relaxing, consciously calming, which that bleeds into the fourth step of Anapanasati, breathing in, calming the whole body, breathing out, calming the whole body. Once the body is relatively calm and relaxed, yet upright, then we can go to the meditation of the breath, the feeling of the breath. Generally, we teach at the cool air coming in, the nostrils, warm air going out, and just feeling that sensation at the nostrils. That's what we mean by watching the breath, is just feeling that sensation. When we feel that sensation, that's where the attention is. Just the fact that we feel it shows that the attention is there. So once we feel the breath entering the nostrils, exiting, for the moment there's nothing else to do. And we can try to just, in a very uncomplicated way, focus on that one activity of just feeling the breath without wondering, what do I need to do next? Without expecting that that something special is gonna happen. It's just feeling the breath as it is. And that's special in and of itself if we can do that. So we'll continue sitting for another 35 minutes or so, and then after I ring the bell, we'll change postures to 30 minutes of walking meditation.